One of the most? Okay, let's be honest. The most important animals on the planet are the animals you most likely don't even think about or care about. Insects. And I don't judge you for not liking these animals. I don't expect everyone to be like me where people love every animal. But I do want to explain the importance of each species and why it is crucial for us to take care of all of them as a species. And insects are going through what is called, by some scientists, an insect apocalypse. And you may be wondering, how could that be? I've seen many insects, but a healthy population level of each species is different depending on the gestation period, role in the food chain, and development of that animal. I know many people have noted how they haven't seen as many bees, praying mantises, and other types of insects as they used to, and it's mainly due to the impact people had on the environment. Climate change, pollution, pesticides, and habitat destruction have destroyed so many species and is harming the environment. Humans have released so much CO2 in the atmosphere, have destroyed the water, killing kelp and algae, which also make oxygen. Actually, algae and kelp make more oxygen than trees, but trees are still really important. These plants take in carbon dioxide and then release oxygen, and less oxygen producing organisms and more CO2 is dangerous. We also release a lot of greenhouse gas. Climate change affects the ecosystem so bad, it damages the development and lifestyle of so many animals, causing their numbers to drop. We also have tons of pesticides on plants, fruits, and water, which poisons the insects when they simply just don't want to starve to death. And many insects have a larval stage that develops in the water. Habitat destruction literally destroys the only home which they need to live in. We have deforestation due to human encroachment, making land for farms to produce more red meat and food for farm animals, which could go to people who are actually starving. The demand for palm oil causes the loss of so many species, more than just insects. Oil destroys the ecosystem as well as plastic pollution, all detrimental to wildlife. So, why do insects matter? Why is it a big deal that in recent years the population of insects had declined by 75%? Because they have an important role in the ecosystem. Actually, they have many, and if they didn't fulfill those roles, the planet would die. Pollination is the first thing that comes to mind when we think of the purpose of insects, but there are many more. But yes, pollination helps keep plant species thriving, which helps increase oxygen levels, produce fruits, most of them we feed on, and it also adds in biodiversity, which every ecosystem needs, and provides food for herbivores and omnivores, which then creates food for carnivores and omnivores. Most people think that bees and butterflies are the only ones that pollinate plants, but there are so much more. Wasps, ants, beetles, flies, midgets, moths, the list goes on, and they are very important. Insects help plants in other ways too. So many insects help keep the soil healthy. They help spread the population of many plants and help keep them at a healthy population number. They also help accelerate the decomposition process of both plants and animals. And they eat dung or use it to build their homes so that the ecosystem is clean and it helps other organisms thrive. Another key thing about insects is their role in the food chain. Insects control the population of many animals. But at the same time, so many animals rely on insects to thrive on. Lizards, frogs, birds, arachnids, anteaters, aardwolves, salamanders, the list goes on and on. I say that a lot, but that's because insects are very important. Let's look at the food chain like dominoes. You poison the food, water, and homes of insects. You also deplete the homes that these animals live in and fill them with plastic and oil. It will kill them and other animals that also live there. So when you kill them off, you also kill off the animals that needed those organisms to survive. And it goes on and on until everything dies. And it will happen quickly. And I know many of you are thinking, but bugs are so gross, scary, and can hurt you. And at a certain extent, I agree. Many insects look off, and they are gross, and they defend themselves by attacking. But your personal lack of liking these animals is not more important than how important these animals are in keeping the only place that we can live on healthy and balanced.